is Theo, and I will be investigating and speaking to some of the international students of the University of Stirling to gain a better understanding of the issues that they face. For some international students, travelling outside of their home country for their studies is the first time they actually get a chance to explore outside their culture. Research shows that international students face hardships such as homesickness, financial stress, employability struggles, and discriminatory issues. And all of these will be touched upon as I speak to a couple international students today. And firstly, I will be speaking to Laura. Hello, Laura. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So just tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
So my name is Rakutuson Laura Noura Elisou. I'm from Madagascar and I'm 22. I'm studying marine biology at the University of Stirling, and I'm gonna graduate in June, like this year.
I'm so excited for you. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
So, would you say you've adjusted well in Scotland since you've came?
In my first year, it was kind of difficult for me because back home, my studies were all in French, so I didn't really know how to communicate with other people because it's obviously a different culture, and I don't really know what kind of mindset people have here, so it was kind of difficult for me to adapt. But because I stayed here for 4 years, I could adapt myself to other people's culture and stuff like that, and I got really good friends as well. So I'm fine. I'd say I'm fine. I was fine.
So I'm interviewing Victoria. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Thank you for appearing in my documentary. Would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
So my name is Victoria. I'm from Latvia, Riga, and I'm doing my 4th year in marine biology, and I already finished my dissertation, so I'm graduating soon.
Very good. I'm really excited for you. So how did you find making friends at first? Was it difficult?
For the first time, first semester of first year, it was quite hard for me because I only came to Scotland for the first time in my life, and my English was not that good, so I had some struggle talking to international people or English-speaking people in general, but after some time it got better.
Were there people there to support you within the uni board at all?
Well, some university staff tried to help me while I was, for example, on lectures, but in general there was not that much support system related to that, I would say. So yeah.
Well, so you've been here for a while now. Was there a period of time where you felt like you experienced financial difficulty compared to your peers who were from Scotland?
Yeah, for sure. For my first 2 years when I was not working, I had quite a lot of struggle related to finances. But now I'm working, so it's way easier for me to support myself. But it would be nice to have some support system related to finances for international students.
I understand. As an international student, have you found that certain people can be discriminatory towards you in Scotland, or have you not experienced any type of problem like that?
I don't think I've experienced if you talk about racism and stuff. No, because I'm trying to if someone is racist towards me, back home, for example, yes, but not here, because I feel like there are a lot of black people here, so I guess people are aware that it's bad, and no, I've never experienced that, which I'm glad.
Good.
To be honest.
I'm really glad as well. So Victoria, have you ever experienced racism in Scotland?
Yeah, unfortunately, as my first language is Russian, now with all the political situation in the world, I was experiencing some racism situations. So recently I was speaking to one guy on a dating app, and he asked me what's my first language, and when I mentioned that my first language is Russian, he basically stopped answering me. So yeah, Apart from that, I had a couple of situations where I was walking with my friend and talking in Russian, and someone would just start like making fun of that, some kids. But yeah, it was just kids, so I wouldn't take that personally. But yeah.
Mm. Even as kids, it's no excuse, but thank you for sharing that experience with us. Obviously, you are here like alone, family wise. Do you miss your family, or do you enjoy the freedom of being away from your parents?
Well, it's a bit of a mix because, for example, whenever I'm like in trouble or something, I'm like, my mom, I'm close to my mom, so I'm always thinking about my mom like hugging me and stuff. Um, but at the same time, I like partying like a lot, so like my parents are not here to tell me, oh, don't spend money on that, or like don't go to nightclubs, because back home I didn't drink and here I'm drinking a lot, so so yeah, I enjoy the freedom, but at the same time I miss my family a lot.
I understand. So I'm aware that you've worked as well. Was that easy for you, or were there any hurdles you had to overcome regarding that?
So because my parents are financing my studies and like everything, my rent and whatever. So I don't really need to work, but for like my personal saving, if like for example I want to travel like after I graduate or something, I should probably work. But because I was writing my dissertation, I didn't really have time to work at the same time because I didn't want to prioritize earning money over my studies. So I stopped working and then focused on my studies. But now that I'm done, I'll probably like work, but I'll find a work related to my degree this time because I want experience before doing my master's.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's amazing. Thank you for telling me about yourself, and that was really interesting to listen to. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So Laura, do you feel like the government was fair in terms of funding?
So as an international student, like I'm not from the EU, so I don't get financial support, so my parents are paying for everything. And yeah, they're paying a lot as well. So when we're in a lockdown because of COVID, I still had to pay like 1K, is that how you say it? Yeah, so I still had to pay like a grand for my tuition fee every month while we were not experiencing like the student life we were expecting to experience when we came here. So I think it was a bit unfair because we could have paid less because we didn't have in-person teaching, we didn't have like because we would usually have lab work, but because of COVID we couldn't go to the lab, so everything was online, and I feel like we should have paid less for that because we're just like staying home. So yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for sharing that with me. Very good. How did you find making friends? Was it difficult at first coming to Scotland?
Well, it was quite hard at first because my English level was not that good and I was not that used to speaking in English all the time. So at first it was quite hard, but then you're meeting a lot of people every day and yeah, it was just getting better each day.
Great, that's great. It's been a pleasure talking to some of these girls and listening to some of the issues that they face, and hopefully more can be done for international students in order for them to feel more secure by their educational system.